There's a detachment. There's an anti-life thing about it. You know, the Beatles used to say, they sang a song called Tomorrow Never Knows, and it was based on the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Turn off your mind, float downstream, like disappear. It's detached. It's not personal. There's nothing personal about it. It's an impersonal thing, and you look at it and look at the value of life in the East, traditionally, and you see the fruit of this. And that's why you had things like you had girls being tossed as infants because girls were devalued, and they were tossed as babies into the sea. And it was stopped through the actions only of missionaries of the gospel. Widows, when their husband died, would jump on the funeral pyre. And that would be considered a good widow. And that was only outlawed through the influence of missionaries. Children raised to be temple prostitutes. All sorts of degradation and even human sacrifice, which even happens today. Not as a falling short. I mean, not because people are being hypocrites, they should be one way, but because that's consistent with the whole ultimate groundwork of the faith. You might think if everybody is God, then it should be precious. Life should be precious. Not so. According to the Eastern way, every individual is an obstacle. Because every person is an obstacle. They're perpetuating the illusion that they're not God. That they're different from each other. They're not part of God. Therefore, the individual is a problem. Therefore, human life is devalued and on a circle over again and over again. You know, it's imagine, you know, you want to look at it very clearly. Imagine if you're drowning. You're drowning and you're yelling for help. And you're like, help, save me, I can't swim, I can't swim, I can't swim. And you say, come on, lifeguard, help, help. And then someone says, you are the lifeguard. You say, but I don't know how to swim. Well, you are, there's no one else. You see, it might feel good for a moment to say, oh, I'm the lifeguard. But pretty soon you realize what you've done is you have no more hope. So it might feel good for somebody to say, oh, you are God, you are part of the divine consciousness. You are part of the divine all-being God. It might feel good to your ego, but ultimately what it's doing is it's taking away any hope. If you're the lifeguard and you're needing help, you're going down. And so is everybody else. You still have the same problems, the same faults, the same sins. You're the same person you used to be, but now you think you're God. That's another problem. You know, you were messed up before, now you're even more messed up. Because you're messed up and you think you're God. You're self-centered and you're sinking. Now it's worse because you have no hope. No longer do you have something. You know, the psalmist says, I was in the pit, I was sinking. But God took me out and he put my feet upon a rock. There's hope. There's hope in God.